Okay, this guy.
We welcome in Villanova. We'll start with a statement from Coach, and then we will take questions.
Well, definitely a tough night for the Cats out there. Congratulations to UConn on the Big East Championship, and here we are.
We'll take questions. We'll start in the front.
Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Jasmine, I'll start with you. I know it was a rough start early tonight after a very good start yesterday, but at what point or at any point was the early start in troubles in your guys' minds?
I mean, I don't know. They're a good team, and we were just reminding each other that we're doing this for each other. We're sticking together through whatever happens. And so, yeah, I mean, maybe our start wasn't as good as we wanted, but you know, there's no going back in time. We're just going to adjust. We're just going to keep playing. So that's what we tried to do today.
Doug?
Coach, when you let him at your place a couple weeks ago, you had him at the half playing really well. I don't know, did that wake them up that they were more prepared tonight, but what was the difference in the first half tonight versus that game a couple weeks ago?
I think a lot. The difference was we didn't make shots. You make shots early, and we just mentioned how yesterday's game, you know, we came out hitting early. You feel good. At least you take that first punch. Today was the complete opposite. You know, we didn't make shots. Got called for a couple fouls early. Just takes out the flow, and they just set the tone from that point moving forward.
Down here.
Jasmine, how tough was it driving inside tonight against, UConn's size and, the physicality of their defense?
Yeah, it's tough. I would just say I'm undersized to begin with, so it's always tough. And, they're a good defensive team, and, it's a chippy game. It's chippier than normal, and, we don't always agree with some of the calls and stuff like that, but we just got to play through it. And so, yeah, I mean, they work really well on defense, and we were going to keep going no matter what, get as many paint touches as we could.
Back here in the middle, and then back to the right.
I'd probably appreciate it if each of you could answer this one. The belief is, from all the projections, that the NCAA tournament is next for you guys. It's been obviously a couple of years, Denise, but to know that is on the horizon.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Even if, I know in this moment it probably stings a little bit, but how does that feel?
Yeah, for sure. It does. Today, you want to feel this. And we said that to the team. You got to recognize what it takes to be on the other side, to win this championship. At the same time, our group did a tremendous job this year. Their season started off tough, tough non-conference schedule. We put ourselves in a great position, be ready for Big East play by beating, we just found out, JMU won their tournament today, beat them at their place, beat West Virginia, who won last night, the Big 12. So we did what we needed to do to build that resume. Thought we took care of business in the Big East as well. You look at our record with, 25-7? 3 of those losses come to the number one team in the nation. So I'm really proud of this group and their growth and willingness to just get better and continue to battle. So we're excited for next Sunday to see where we're being sent, and we're gonna get better this week to be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basketball is a game of wins and losses, and so today hurts. It's we played the Big East this whole year. We obviously wanted a better outcome than this, but we're also happy knowing that we have a good chance of playing the postseason, and we're ready. And we don't want our season to end, and we're ready no matter where we go, who we play. We're sticking together. We're playing as hard as we can. And so we're going to take this game and use it to kind of instill some grit in us, because we don't want our season to end any sooner than it has to.
Back here in the white.
Jasmine, congrats on everything this season so far. And I know tonight hurts, but knowing how tough the Big East is, and you won 16 games in it to make a run to the finals, 3 games in 3 days, I don't think people appreciate just how difficult it is to kind of do that. And when you think back to kind of in the summer, the work and the sacrifice and the grind that y'all put in this year, how special does it feel to kind of be out there on the big moments today? Even though the scoreboard is what it is, y'all fought for 40 and gave UConn every bit that you had. How special does it feel that you're inspiring fans kind of through your play?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I mean, what more could you ask for? We're in the final game of the Big East. Like, that's great. And so Denise said it, we've improved so much this whole year, starting from the summer, and
It's a lot of time. Like, do you give some days off? Like, how do you approach this?
We're going to do
Coach?
some shooting drills. We're going to do a lot of shooting this week. Now we'll off, what day is it, guys? It's Monday. So we'll be off tomorrow, Wednesday, regroup, Thursday. We'll have a regular practice, Thursday, Friday. I'm off again Saturday, and then Sunday, see who we're playing. So regular practices, a lot of skill work, shooting, the recovery piece, but just preparing for a lot of what you saw today, pressure situations, and going to keep saying it, shooting.
We'll finish here on the end.
This is for both of you. You've kind of been flying under the radar this season. I think you started picking up AP votes in the last week or two. Do you use that as motivation, or are you of the, drown out the outside noise philosophy?
Oh, yeah, I don't, we haven't even talked to the team about that. I think it's just about us taking care of business, doing what we have control over, what we're capable of. So each game we were going into, they understood it was controlling their own destiny of putting together a good resume for postseason play. And we kept it just to that. We did not talk at all about top 25 or where we might be going.
yeah, I mean, Denise said it, we limit all of our distractions, and so we'll let those people say what they got to say. We appreciate it, obviously, but we're just going to play every game as if it's another game.
Thank you very much. Good luck in March.
Thank you.
Take care, Dean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess once I go up, I'm stuck up here, so.
It's just outside noise.
I put out misinformation. I'm not the one who did
We'll let you know when we're yeah, I gotta get comfortable.
Poor guy gets kicked off the podium. Kicked off the podium. No, it's just higher set my camera. All right, move over and up. It's gonna take. I'm right there. That's needed. I'll just turn that on. We're over there somewhere. I don't even care. And then they were doing photos with each, like, group of people. So I missed the juniors and the seniors because they went so quick. I got the sophomores, freshmen, and transfer students, the international. They're like yelling out, international students! Transfer students! For the first year though, I got the first year in a while, I got the full photo. Yeah.
Probably just about I
don't know if they did it, you know, or not.
It's okay. I you always speak to each other.
No, I stand about it.
Really? Like once season's over, you just like, and then we all see each other again. So it's really like, we like,
You're like, I know the wire guy.
Associated Press contributed to this.
Right, there's all your pictures.
They changed 3 words.
I'd rather just hear, what was the phrase again? I've already forgotten it. Outside noise. Outside noise.
You used that line out here already.
They're just so cute. Oh, I love this. I look so cute. Oh, we look great in that. We do. All of us look good. We're good looking good. I like my very baggy pants. Is this an addition?
Outside noise.
You gotta be self-sufficient. Or, I mean, working from home is like a real thing where you don't actually do that. I had that same jacket.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
They said,
I really just realized in this picture I had a pumpkin sticking all the way out of my butt. I'm actually trying to go. No, it's this one. Oh.
you know, okay, check the photo for now? Yep. So, figured I'd get that to you now.
Elizabeth Barnes trying to bug you? I guess. Why? Oh, it was weird. It looked like they're her little. Yeah, that's so great show. That's very good. Look how it's
4 years, my bad.
so yeah, at least here you can have the AC trial. Yeah. So this.
I did find one where they were all looking forward. A couple of police that are out.
You're not, so you're not correct. There's that stuff here. Yeah. So we've confirmed like 8 times every person. It's always bizarre.
Then, so, probably a little cost.
And so, you said.
They do not, I don't know, no, they don't.
So they basically read your stories that is attributed to me. And then I think they had it from like, it was still.
An hour and a half after the last show. We might get a little bit of time, but disappointing on 11.
I tweeted all between the third and the fourth. No, I think I tweeted once. There was nothing twice. I think I tweeted when they were on the 10 or 11. I didn't even know they were on 11. I was just so focused on like. And now maybe I should go back to the watch more. I don't watch it. I tried to. No, you can't. There were no. Like you're right. I did most of the creation, but I was raised today.
ESPN was going on with staff.
Yeah, they were just missing feed.
That's not a good program.
Quicker than some. I mean, they used to. It's new-ish. I don't think it's new. So I just went out. At the top of the page, if you go to the women's basketball page, there's a that says scores.
UConn is on their way. Again, the all-tournament team: KK Arnold, AZ Fudd, Jasmine Bosco, Kennedy Henry, Jordana Codio. Most outstanding player, Sarah Strong.
What we're doing now is please don't say it. I hope to others, folks are going to snow more. Snow no more. Your band. Instead of tape no more.
Oh, we didn't know how long ESPN worked on that scene. Really long time. And everything that I've heard.
My dog was looking for snowbanks this morning and they're almost all gone. Poor dog. Because he's in the kennel, his parents are with
Yeah, I think you have some.
Oh, easy. Lucky champ. No! You should have been the last. Shouldn't have been the MVP. Good job, sir.
What's up?
That's my one.
Oh, sorry.
Welcome in, UConn. We'll start with a statement from Coach and then questions for the players.
Oh my gosh.
That's my statement. Go ahead, start with them.
For AZ and/or Sarah, what impressed you the most about the way that KK played throughout the 3 games of this tournament?
Oh, okay. I would say her confidence through. I would say her confidence through both games. You know, KK's been doing really well in practice, and I'm happy to see that she's been able to carry that through the tournament and just realize that no one can really stop her. Easy.
I would say, Coach kind of mentioned it earlier, but just how she set the tone for us each game. She came out with that intensity, and that shows her leadership, because she started each game, we followed, and her energy, intensity on offense, on defense, really just got all of us going. So thank you, KK.
Thank you, guys.
Sarah, why don't you want to sit next to Gina?
It's not about him. I just wanted to sit where my name was put by you guys, so I just wanted to.
Of course, and a super serious question now. When you guys, AZ, for you to put it into context for us, when you guys work so hard but make it look so easy, and those of us sitting here are going, they just make it look so easy, it must be easy. Can you put it into context for us? What goes into making it look that easy?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. It's coming every single day to practice, not knowing what the coaches are going to throw at us, not knowing what the practice players are going to throw at us. So I think all that work behind the scenes, preparing for anything that Villanova, Georgetown, Creighton was going to throw at us, I think just that preparation that we put into it with the coaches put us through to prepare us for every single scenario we might see. And I feel like we're so focused on each game that now we can take a moment, take a day to appreciate this win, and appreciate all those unseen moments, the hard work that we put in to make this possible, make it look easy, even though it's not.
AZ, can you talk us through your emotions when the confetti was falling tonight? I mean, it was your 5th time here. Sometimes you haven't been able to play. Sometimes you were young, obviously, at the beginning. Today, you know, it's going to be the last time. What went through your mind?
Just how grateful I am to be a part of this program. Fortunate to have had that confetti fall on me 5 times here, whether I was playing, not playing, but to be able to be a part of an incredible team all 5 years. And then also seeing people go through it for the first time, like seeing everyone. It means a lot to me, but to see everyone who this is their first time, like seeing the joy on all the freshmen, on Kaylee, on Sarah Williams' face, it was a great moment.
For Sarah, the last time you guys faced Villanova, they got the better of you guys in the first half. Obviously, that was 2 weeks ago at their place, but where did you take from that game into this game, knowing you'd face them for a 3rd time?
Yeah, we can't let them get going. I feel like they kind of did whatever they wanted offensively and defensively, so just try to play our defense, speed them up, and get them out of the rhythm.
KK, to hear Coach talk about you after the game and you setting the tone, how important is it to you to go out there and make an impact, and how do you feel that you are making a bigger impact this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important to me, honestly, to set the tone for my teammates as well. I'm playing for them, and just to go out there and play with that same energy, knowing that they feed off of it, means a lot. Just this year, each and every game, I've learned from myself, I've learned from my teammates, and learned how to get better each and every day, each and every second in practice, and translating it into the game. So.
We'll go in the middle here and then the second round.
Thanks. Hazy, it's the first time, I believe, in 8 years that UConn has gotten to this point of the season undefeated, and you know the culture and the history of the place so well. Obviously there's still much more to come, but what does that, having done that, mean to you?
I mean, I think it's a great accomplishment, what we've been able to achieve so far this year, and like I said before, we have a couple of days off, so we're going to be able to enjoy that, celebrate that, but like you said, our work isn't done yet. So as much as we can enjoy this win, enjoy being undefeated this season, being undefeated, being a Big East champion, won't really matter in a couple weeks.
Second row here.
KK, everyone's talked about the way that you started these games of the Big East tournament, but were you doing anything differently coming into these games to start faster, or just anything differently coming in that made a difference for you?
I'll say just locking in of what I need to do for my team and how to get them going and how I can get myself going, which is on the defensive end. So making sure I have that intensity level, making sure I get myself right for that start of the game. And honestly, I took some naps, so that helps as well to get a good little pregame nap. So I'm so glad I got those.
Yeah, Sarah and Keiki, if you could just both speak to this, but what's the most important piece of advice that AZ has given you about games like this, moments like this through the years?
Just soak it all in. I mean, I feel like be present, making sure that we're all present. I mean, we only have this opportunity once in a lifetime, especially like with different groups each and every year. And I feel like AZ has been a part of so many different teams, and she's been present in each one, and that's what she speaks on as well. Just kind of the group that we have, making sure we're bonding, staying happy, doing those things. So.
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much said it. Focusing on the next play as well. Like in a game, there's a lot of ups and downs, and AZ's always, you got it, Sarah. You got it, kicking. Yeah.
She that girl.
All right, seeing no more questions, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trying to splash me.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach. We'll start in the back.
Thanks. Congrats, Coach. You talked on stage about, teams maybe, or people out there not knowing how hard it is to play teams like Villanova. And, you've run through the Big East for, year after year, but obviously you know how good the teams in this conference are that you play. What is it about this league that actually does prepare you for NCAA tournament games in March?
I think the big thing is that you learn to play against styles that involve a lot of player movement. A lot of player movement. A majority of the teams in our league, that's how they play. Villanova didn't have a really good shooting night tonight. It's not that they didn't get good shots, because they did. They did. They just didn't shoot the ball well as they're capable of shooting it. But the thing about teams in our league is they work really hard to get open shots, and they get them. And I think we're a pretty good defensive team, and they get pretty good shots against us. So when we get into the NCAA tournament, there are teams in the tournament that play like that, and we feel like we're prepared to deal with that. The thing that helps us a lot in the NCAA tournament is when we play teams that don't move as much as, let's say, Villanova team, or Creighton team, Seton Hall team, whatever the case may be, St. John's. When we play teams that don't move a lot, it really, for us, our defense actually gets even better in the tournament than it is during the regular season. So I feel like it's been like that for as long as I can remember. The thing about our league right now is we don't have a lot of experienced, like senior-laden teams, A couple years ago, we had Creighton. They were one win away from the Final Four with a bunch of really, really good players who played together for a while. So I think when you play in our league, you may not have the talent to beat everybody, but I don't know what Villanova is going to be seeded in the tournament. But if you're not used to playing against a team like that, you're going to have your hands full. That's, I believe that with all my heart.
We'll go to Alexa here.
Hi, Gino. You seem to have this lightness and kind of fun around this team. even just like how you flicked that water in Sarah's face just then. What's made this group so enjoyable to coach, even as they go on this undefeated run, and as you try to hold them to such a high standard?
I don't know. I don't know. One of these two things, or two things can be true. One, as you get older, you get like a little more patient and appreciative of your life and enjoy it more. Or you get older and you get a little more cranky, So I've had just enough crankiness this year, but because of the way they are, they kind of make it hard for you to stay cranky and stay agitated with them, because they enjoy what they do. They enjoy each other's company. They have a blast when they're around each other. They don't take things and blow them out of proportion. They're okay with, we're going to have fun when it's time to have fun, and we're going to work hard when it's time to work hard. And if I say something you don't like, that's tough. And they don't carry it with them. They just kind of go and roll with it, and let's go to the next thing. So they're kind of a team that is really bonded together on a common goal. They just want to spend time together, and they want to play hard for each other. And what more can you ask? No matter how much I complain, I mean, if you were to look at this team individually, you would say, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of these kids, or even first team all Big East players during their couple years here, but when you put them all together, they just have an incredible chemistry together, and that makes it all work.
Emily?
You talked coming into the tournament about somebody always kind of has a breakout this weekend. Was KK that for you over the course of these 3 games?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it has been the case in all the tournaments that I've been in my career, that somebody who's really, really good comes into this tournament and just has a weekend for the ages. Heck, even Ice had one a couple years ago when Aaliyah broke her nose, and I remember Megan Patterson playing with Kerry Bascom and was MVP of the tournament. I remember Asia Jones, and we had Sue, and was MVP of the tournament as a freshman. So somebody always pops up and has a great weekend, and for KK to have the kind of impact that she's had these 3 games and throughout most of the season, we've come to expect that from her. But I think the confidence that she has on the offensive end is probably greater than at any time during her college career, and she's playing that way. She always had the defensive confidence, but I think right now she's in a place that she's never been, that she's really wanted to be at, and I'm really thrilled for her.
We'll work down the front row here, starting with Doug.
There's always pressure on you guys because of what you've built over the years. Last year's team, there was pressure in the NCAAs trying to get Paige a title, and you guys end the drought, so to speak, of not winning one. Does that make this year a little easier, that despite being undefeated, there isn't that sort of externalness of, hey, we have to get one for somebody? It's, okay, we're in the spot. And
I tried to make it about me, but they wouldn't buy it. So we can't go there. The closest that we've come this year, in a conversation that I had with a couple of them, was, we have a lot of motivation to win. Obviously, we're UConn, so, and there's pressure on us to win, obviously, and we have been to so many Final Fours. So the expectation is UConn's going to the Final Four. And so there's pressure everywhere you turn. But you do keep it in a sense. What is the real motivation? Is there one this year? And maybe last year that was the thing. Maybe it was the Paige thing. I think Paige is still in the picture today. Because I think they would be really, really pissed if we didn't win this thing at the threat of her saying, I knew you couldn't do it without me. You know, and that probably motivates them more than anything you can imagine. Their respect for her is so great that I think they probably went into this season with that specter of, well, they just lost arguably the best player in the country last year, and there's no way that they can repeat. And I think there's a real drive in them to prove it, that we're worthy. It's not going to be easy, certainly. It's never as easy as sometimes it's looked. And it's going to be really hard, harder maybe this year than certainly last year, for sure, you know. But I think we're prepared for whatever happens, you know. If we play well, we have a chance to win. If we don't play well, we have a chance to lose, and that's kind of been the case for 40-some years. We just want a chance, you know? We just want to put ourselves in position to have a chance. That's it.
We'll go here in the middle.
Hey, Gino, congratulations. You were talking about Villanova a moment ago, and got me to thinking. You were talking about some of the other teams in the Big East, too. What is it to be the second best team in the Big East this year, in your opinion, where it looks like they're going to be the only other Big East team that gets in?
Yeah, you know, it's a difficult topic. It's one that's obviously thrown around all the time, and I think if you look back before the NIL really took hold, we had 4 teams in, 4 out of 11. Could have been 5. Last year, Seton Hall and Villanova probably have 1 loss each that cost them a bid in the tournament. The margin is so slim right now to get in since the climate changed. And when you look at the top teams in the country, top 25 or top 30, very, very, very few non-conferences that, you know, rule the world. It's becoming very, very difficult if you're not part of that, you know, to get into the tournament. And it's going to get harder every single year. Harder to keep your players because people are constantly coming after them, offering, you know, crazy things. And harder for teams in our league to get games against those teams where they can have a chance to prove how good they are, you know? So Villanova's had to win a lot of games, and losing to us, when you see some of the scores in the in the conference tournaments, that they're a really, really good team. And I don't know that there's anybody I respect more in our conference than Denise and Joe and the entire Villanova program. And it's a shame that you know, you're not given the benefit of the doubt like some other places are, you know. I just hope we play one of those 7, and I hope Villanova plays one of those 7 and 10 teams that might get in the tournament. I'll go pay to watch that game.
We'll go here.
You know, with Paige gone, obviously AZ was going to have to play a different role on the team this year, on the court, also behind the scenes. Looking back from 34 games in, how has she done?
She's not that much different off the court. I mean, you know, she's pretty much, you know, the way you see her on the court is the way she is. I mean, she's just like that, you know. I think she's been able to, class schedules and all that, being what they are, and when you've been here X number of years, I think there's so much pulling at a lot of these kids, you know. That's the one thing that's weird about the whole NIL thing. You get a day off, and normally they would all sit in their sweats in front of a TV and watch a basketball game or watch a movie. Now 5 of them are going out doing, we got to do a photo shoot, or we got to do this crap and that crap. So you don't get a chance to, if you don't work at it. And I think they work at it really hard at spending time together. And you know, she doesn't say much. She doesn't. She never has. But her being around and what she does say matters, you know. And the impact maybe has been more on the court, and for the first time this year, and in the other years, there's an assertiveness, almost, I'm at that age now, and there's no one around that I need to defer to. And I think that's been the biggest impact that she's had on these kids.
Go to Maggie.
I'm just wondering if you've noticed a difference in how Sarah Strong is approaching the second postseason. Obviously last year, you know, still very dominant, but maybe she was holding back slightly because of the leadership you had with Paige and Caitlin, and now her stepping into an even bigger role this year, obviously winning MOP today.
You know, leadership's a weird thing, and a lot of people talk about it, and rightly so, I guess. But not every team that's really, really good necessarily has, quote unquote, outstanding leadership in the traditional sense. Okay? Great leaders can lead a lot of different ways. KK's really, really vocal, but nobody would say, hey, AZ and Sarah, they take a back seat to KK. KK's their leader. No, she's not. And everybody says, well, AZ, you know, she's been there 5 years, and, you know, she's All-American. She's their leader. No, she's not. You know, Sarah Strong, oh, man, she's probably the first-round draft pick. If she would have left last year, she would have been maybe the first pick. Who the hell knows? Is there? No, she's not. Like, they don't look at it that way. They don't even think of it that way with them. And anytime I try to make one of them, like, step up and be that in practice, they'll look at me like, why? Like, we got a bunch of guys that can do that. So none of them really wants to be that here, you know? And it took Paige a long time to be that. So I don't know whether that's just the cycle that we're in, where we're getting a bunch of really nice kids who don't want to do anything other than just hang out and have everybody be equals. That's the way I read it right now. They think like, wow, we're all equal. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think you're all getting paid the same amount. I know that. So, you know, that's just the way they do it. It's weird. It's really, really, really weird. So, you know, the thing I see about that, again, just like I said with AZ, the thing I see about Sarah is just on the court, there's more of a definitive, this is what I'm going to do. There's no should I or should not. But even yesterday, it was such a pain in the ass. Watching that little exchange between the two of them, Blanca and Sarah on the fast break, pass, pass, pass. I thought they were just going to keep passing right into the band. I thought they would just get to the band and hand it to the trombone player or something. Somebody's got to shoot it, dude. You know, and it's just like, I don't know. It's a weird dynamic, but it works. It works. That's all I can say.
We'll take our final question here.
You know, did you know coming into this season that KK was ready to be that starting elite point guard for a really great team. And what do you appreciate the most about how she lifted her game up this year amongst a bunch of really talented players?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, there's no way of knowing whether or not that was going to happen. You always hope that it happens, but there's no way of knowing. That's why, we said, hey, if we can find somebody in the portal to kind of take some of the pressure off, then we need to do that. And that's where Heckle came in, because when someone's never had that role, it's hard to just throw them out there and say, okay, it's sink or swim, man. It's do or die. Our team's going to, live and die with you out there. That's a lot. So let's get somebody else in here just in case, just to take a little bit of the pressure off. And maybe knowing that, or maybe not even knowing that, or maybe like going, hey, why do you think we need, a little insurance out here? I don't know. But I think she's grown more in the last 4 months than she had in the previous 2 years combined. But you don't know that going in, So all you're trying to do is, it's not like it's Sue Bird's senior year and you can say, listen, or it's Paige's senior year, or, even Caitlin Chen, who's been around, and played a lot of basketball. So you have to let it kind of evolve, and you just kind of keep your fingers crossed and hope it does evolve. But, KK wasn't doing this in November. She wasn't doing all this with this kind of confidence in December. People choose not to guard her, choose not to, treat her like a real basketball player, just like it's on offense anyway. And I think these last three, maybe certainly all of February, half of January, for the most part, I think she's gotten to the confidence level where the questions that she's asking me now, she could never imagine asking me those questions last year or the year before. And that's why I'm really proud of her. And Tanya Cardoza has done, and Morgan, Tanya and Morgan have done a great job, of, whether it's watching film or talking about what you see, so for KK to say, hey, should we run this? Hey, how about, or just, me being able to leave some things up to her for her to decide this is what we're going to do. Whereas before, even when she knew what she had to do, she would check with me first whether it was okay to do it. And there isn't that anymore, There's just let's play, and, that's real growth, And when people become better basketball players, that's one thing. But when they become more intelligent and more able to see the game and command the game, that's a whole different level. And she's not there yet. Don't get me wrong. She's nowhere near where I want her to be. But I wouldn't trade her right now for anybody else.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all for coming.
Hi. Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, of course.